Our Collision 2017 coverage is proudly powered by Monster Products. Find the headphones and speakers that match your style at PLUGHITZLive.com/monster. And our first guest is here. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead and introduce yourself for us.
I'm Masoud from Malta, little tiny island from Europe, and I'm the co-founder and managing director of THATSpace.io. So basically at THATSpace.io we see that remote working is going to be the next new thing. In fact, around half of the people by 2020 will be remotely working half of their time. So we want to empower these people, and we saw that co-working spaces are not an efficient method because it can be expensive, particularly for people that they are freelancing, early stage companies, and also business people that are moving from one place to another.
Okay.
So what we created is an extension of co-working space, basically, where we are transforming idle spaces like restaurants, coffee shops, hotel lobbies into working environments.
Okay.
And basically what we're doing is a platform where restaurants and other spaces can join us, and they can offer their space as a co-working space.
Okay.
And we will help them to upgrade their facilities to be adequate for working, basically.
Okay. So basically, if I'm a restaurant owner and my restaurant opens like 5 p.m., what your service provides is you give me an outlet to maybe open my restaurant earlier so I can have remote workers in there.
So technically, yes. Technically, if a restaurant is opens for dinner after 5, technically he's losing money during the day because he needs to pays the rent, etc.
Right.
But also at that time, his staff will be preparing the food and preparation.
Right.
So during that time,
So there's staff already in the building.
exactly. So people at that time, the restaurant can utilize the space not just for preparing for the prospect,
Right.
but also earning money without selling food.
Okay. That's
So
interesting.
it gives them the ability. So when you, in this example, right, you've already got staff there.
So you're already paying the staff that's
Right.
there.
You're theoretically losing money at that point.
Yes.
This gives you the ability to, worst case scenario, break even. Ideally, be able to make some money on a time that used to have to be a write-off.
Exactly. And better than that, it's a method for free marketing, because you're getting people for working, but the next day or the next week they will come for food and for a dinner because they like the place.
Right. So like if I have a coffee shop that's open for the whole day, I can still use this service to rent out space to people to remotely work, and I'm making money off of them
Exactly.
because they're remotely working there, and they might want to buy coffee.
Exactly.
So I'm making extra money.
And you could potentially, offer them something better than the free in-house Wi-Fi,
Exactly.
things like
So
that.
There are
For the,
benchmarks.
yeah.
So there are benchmarks to be part of our
Okay.
platform. In fact, we help the restaurant to improve their system, and also incentivize the restaurant by different mechanisms to have proper standard to be office space. Because
Okay.
after all, it's not just one space, but it's a network of spaces. So a person not just go to one space, but if he's traveling from one city to another, he just can connect and go for 4 hours working between clients if it's a salesman.
Okay. How much? Okay. So when you say you help the client, what exactly does that entail? Like upgrading their Wi-Fi?
So yes, upgrading the Wi-Fi, we ensure that the seating and the space is good, adequate for working.
Okay.
And also most important is that the space is beautiful, because after all our selling proposition is that you don't need to stay at home to work, but you need to change your atmosphere once in a while.
Right.
Absolutely. As somebody who very often works from home,
Exactly.
we have both our corporate office and studio, our normal home studio, in my home. I can totally attest to the need to get out of
Exactly.
an environment, because at some point you go stir crazy and you just want to burn the building to the ground because you're tired of looking at it.
And the
So-
building in that situation is your house.
Exactly, which is why you absolutely have to get out of there, because the last thing you want to do is burn your own house down.
Right.
So, and what we're doing is not just a subscription per month, but actually on demand. So for the user, it's much more efficient, because if you're going to stay for 3 hours, you'll just pay for 3 hours.
Okay.
So it's literally on demand. So there's no catch that you're going to invest a lot of money
Okay.
in space.
So you're not guaranteeing, you're not signing a thing that says, I guarantee I'll be here 12 hours a week or something
Exactly.
like that.
No.
It's, I have to get out of the house before I punch my monitor. I'm going to go somewhere for 3 hours.
Just to change the atmosphere.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
And you still have secured Wi-Fi. You've got unlimited rings and a beautiful space to work from.
Okay. What is something like this going to cost?
So it depends on the on the space,
Okay.
because if it's in the French Quarter, it's going to be much more expensive than in the suburb.
Right.
Sure.
Because
Fair enough.
after all, even the rent of the space is going to be different.
Right.
So it depends on your likings and your location.
Okay.
So, and it's going to be capped at an amount that is not that expensive. But again, the restaurant decide on the pricing matrix. We are
Okay.
suggesting prices which are not more than $12, but we're over there. So it's still efficient when compared to other spaces offering the same solution.
So you're going to make sure that nobody's trying to charge $1,000 an hour,
Exactly.
Okay.
so that there's no sticker shock. You're going through,
No.
15, 18, 20, 15, 1,000. What?
No, exactly. It's
Because
capped.
that's going to scare people away from the platform
Exactly.
as a whole.
Exactly.
So,
And even for the space owner, it won't make sense, because people won't go over there.
Right.
to be fair, you kind of only need one person for
Exactly.
1 hour at that point to break even pretty quickly. But so, are you guys targeting certain markets first, or is it? Are we out there just hoping to
at
get
this
whoever?
At this point, we are located in Malta,
Okay.
and we've got an open beta where we surveyed over 100 spaces
Okay.
where people can go and work from there. Now our next phase is going to be the booking system, where actual fact it's going to be an app where you book your place.
Okay.
Once you arrive at the place, you just check in, and then as soon as you leave, the restaurant or the space will check out for you, and
Okay.
you get billed. So
Okay.
it's very transparent as a system, and for both parties basically.
Okay.
So right now you're kind of in the testing the business concept phase,
Exactly, yes.
and then next is
Then the next
we've proven that the business concept works. Our next phase is to make it easy for the people to book, and then once it's easy for the people to book, you can easily expand to other
So
markets.
our plan is to go to London, and after London, we go to US.
Okay.
Okay.
City
London
that
is-
makes sense.
Yes.
Exactly. And even for us, because of language and other relationship with Malta and
Yeah.
London, it makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Cool.
And it's a city that is good at co-working type things.
Yes.
It's a concept that they're very comfortable with.
They love it actually.
Yeah.
So that's really great. When do you expect that next phase to be
So
out in the wild?
So we are expecting to go to London by end of this year.
Okay.
However, the platform will be available in the next quarter.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's pretty fast.
So the booking stuff will be available
Exactly.
sometime within the next 3 months,
Exactly.
and then before the end of the year, you're hoping to be in London.
Exactly. It depends on the uptake, actually.
Sure.
Right. That's awesome.
But
There's
at this
there's all
point-
kinds of requirements to get that
Exactly.
far. Sure. Absolutely.
Okay. So where can our viewers find out more information?
Sure. So we are live at THATSpace.io. Check it out, and we hope to be at your city very soon. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to come talk to us today, and hopefully your growing process will be smooth.
Thanks.
Thank you.